Great Friday morning, everyone. How are you doing? This is your girl, Shan. I apologize for my delay in time. I have been having technical difficulties for probably like the last 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get into today's topic on today. First off, I want to shout out our sponsor of our radio show, Lucille Roan. She's a licensed clinical social worker and a veteran. And in honor of Veterans Day, that is going to be Sunday, but we're going to observe on Monday, which means your girl won't be on Monday. I have one of her shirts, and it is Veteran Strong, Honor and Truth. So Honor and Truth Veteran Organization, HITVO, is the name of her organization. She also have if you like, where can I get this shirt? Go to lucilleroan.org, Lucille Roan, ROANE.org. And so you can also, if you are a veteran or you want to bless a veteran, receive a copy of this as well. So I'm going to talk about something on today. Yesterday, I had people contact me, asking me, girl, you okay? You was kind of fired up on yesterday. So I am fine. I am. Good morning, Miss Delia. My thing is I speak from the heart when I'm very passionate about things. And I do recognize that I have a strong, as we call it in the military, command voice. So let me go ahead and talk about today's topic. Beware of people who pretend. Beware of people who pretend. This is probably more so, good morning, Simone, be for the singles. But guess what? Those of you who are married or those who've been single and you went through this, baby, you can drop some golden nuggets of knowledge. You hear me? People read your comments. They do because they talk to us about it, when they catch us out in the streets and things like that and in our inbox. But beware of those who pretend. Now, as I always say, we're going to go ahead, examine ourselves and make sure that you do not fall into this category. Now, being that we got a whole bunch of dating and, people meeting, good morning, Dalisha, online and everything like that. I will be the first to say I am one not to really kind of speak on or put down anything that I've never done. When I met my husband 20 years ago, I met him 21 years ago. Face to face. Okay. So I can't really get down with the new age stuff, but hey, how you doing, Rudy? But I will say this, beware of those who pretend. Do you ever have a time when you around somebody and you can't put your finger on it, but something just don't feel right? Think about that. I'll come back to it. Now, we have to be honest with ourselves. We have all pretended sometime in life to be something that we are totally not. For those of us who grew up broke, you know what I'm saying? I forgot what the term is now, but I'm just going to keep it real. We grew up broke. Our means were stretched growing up. We pretend like we wasn't broke. I mean, that's just what we did. But we have to understand when it comes to dating and when it comes to marriage, we got to be careful about the pretending. Most people say, well, Shan, why do you always talk about God? Why do you always talk about the Bible? I'm going to talk about something that I know because that's something God in the Bible, his word is what has helped me, especially when it came to relationships and learning how to be a wife and everything like that. So that's why I talk about it. I encourage people, you need to get into the word for yourself, okay? Because I'm going to talk about some pretending. I'm going to give some right, honest truth examples. Now, anybody who's ever been around Kenya, good morning, Miss Cheryl, Kenya and Chantrell King, that would be me and my husband. Baby, listen to what I'm saying. And anybody who knows us and been in all these situations can tell you that and what you see in the church is the same Kenya and Shan you're going to see when we go out to a restaurant, which is the same Kenya and Shan you're going to see on vacation, which is the same Kenya and Shan you're going to see in our house and at work, school, whatever the case may be. We stay the same. Why do we as a people feel that we need to get to the place where we pretend for others? I don't understand. We work so hard with pretending and putting on the best fake face, putting our best fake face forward. Okay, try to say that 3 times instead of just living free and being who God called us to be. Now, when it comes to relationships and marriages, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Y'all know that's what I do. Some of us that got into marriages on a fake precept, and then we get mad because when we really, good morning, Natasha, look, say hi to your boo too. He on her, girl. So we get mad when we really find out who the person is, when they take off the mask and they start unveiling themselves. Let me give a word to the wise. Hey, Miss Carolyn, let me give a word to the wise. Quit falling in love with the fake face forward, okay? We fall in love with a fake face. We fall in love with the person that pretend. And see, this is the dangerous thing, especially for us women. We allow our emotions to get into it. And what we do is allow our emotions to cloud our judgment, our mind, and our way of thinking. Baby, God could be putting a red flashing stop sign with Kim lights attached to it all around saying, beware, no, this ain't what you want. Back up. I didn't create this person for you. But baby, let our emotions get caught up in it. We will believe everything that individuals say. And then when we get married, y'all so mushy pose. Y'all are so mushy. When we get married, then we sitting up here and we mad. Girl, he ain't who I thought he was, girl. Girl, you know I found out this joker's like this. Okay, but while we get mad, remember, Shan always say check yourself. That's something that I do first. I can't get mad for something that I did not do no research on. We research everything else. Now, let me tell you why this is really bothering me. Because we move too quickly and we do not operate in the timing of God. You see what I'm saying when it comes to these relationships? Y'all know, and I'm not trying to judge nobody, baby. I don't do that because I don't know your business. But y'all know them people who you get all happy for them because they finally got them a relationship. They got them a boo thing. And then 2 months later, they got them a new boo thing. See, people who used to put their business all on social media. And then people was confused. How do you have a new bae where you done had 6 baes in a whole year? I'm confused. You know what I'm saying? I am confused. Baby, I ain't trying to judge you. But what I'm trying to say is, how is this your world? And oh, this is the famous line. Think about it now. Now, you guilty of this. If you guilty of this, then you a pretender, baby. I need you to get your life together, okay? But think about this. Have y'all done seen this on social media? Oh, God done blessed me with my bae. And you sitting up here like, okay? And then 6 months later, God done bless you with another bae and bless you. Look, I believe in my heart that God can do all things more than we can ask or think. You know what I'm saying? God can do all things, but this ain't God, baby. I'm going to need you to get your whole life together. And see, it's really dangerous right now from what I'm learning. Like I said, I didn't meet my husband online. I ain't knocking it. Black people meet, farmersonly.com, and whatever else is out there, them little apps and all this other kind of stuff. But see, this is where it gets really risky. Me and my husband do not advertise or put on social media all the events that we attend and support. I'll say this. But just last week, me and my husband was supporting an event. And when I tell you, it took everything in me not to cry. A mother... And I'm not going to, put all the business out there, but a mother was talking about her daughter. And I don't know how many of y'all are truly, I need y'all to pay attention, truly aware of how big and how much human sex trafficking takes place. Okay? Now, before I get into this mother story, I'm going to say this. God has give us all insight and unction. It's a difference when you just don't trust nobody because you got trust issues. That's a whole different situation. I'm not talking about that. But God has given us that wisdom inside of us and that unction. You know, when you get around people at your job or, your husband or your wife or your friends introduce you to their bae and whatever the case may be, and you just like, okay, something ain't right. I didn't feel right. Let me tell you, ladies, and let me tell you, men, listen to that unction that is within you. You heard me? Quit trying to bypass it. Quit trying to throw some God on it when God ain't got nothing to do with it. Beware and listen to that unction. Trust your gut. That's what the old folks used to say. Trust your gut. So basically, long story short with this lady, her daughter, a good girl. She was in college, whatever the case may be. They didn't let her date. She went wilding out and all this other kind of stuff when she was at home. But when she was in college, she brought this young man home and introduced this young man to her family, her mom and her dad. They was like, he was a good dude. They approved of him, whatever, a good young man. Let me say it like that. They approved of him or whatever. But then they noticed that their daughter wasn't acting right after about 2 or 3 months of being with this young man. And this is a real true story, like real talk, okay? Being with this young man, their daughter wasn't acting right. Well, long story short, the daughter ended up calling her mom and her dad, and she was like, I need help. I need y'all, whatever the case may be. They went and got their daughter. They rushed her to the emergency room. They did what in the medical field is called a SANE exam, and it have to do with you being sexually assaulted and stuff like that. So went ahead, did the same as them. They recognized she had been sexually assaulted and all this kind of stuff like that. They contacted the cops. The cops dismissed the case, and they tried to file charges against this lady's daughter for saying that the daughter and the parents filed a fake report. So they let her go with a warning. Good morning, Jamie. They let her go with a warning, whatever the case may be. About filing this fake report. They told her if she did it again, she could face jail time, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, and to get to the meat of it, the parents end up getting a call from the Houston Police Department. I believe the mom said September of last year, that they had identified a young lady that had been murdered to be their daughter. Okay? Come to find out, good morning, Melissa, in the whole situation, and I'm not trying to be super sad, I'm just trying to make you think. God brought this back to my remembrance on this morning before I came on. The thing was, their daughter was in human sex trafficking, and they was not even aware. When she appeared to be drugged, that's how they hooked her, because the young man and whom the mom and dad thought was, you know what I'm saying, this good person, got a good head on their shoulder and a good future, was not the case. He was actually the recruiter to go out and recruit young ladies and woo them. Good morning, Krista. And woo them and bring them into this human sex trafficking ring. I don't know how many of y'all are aware, but me and my husband, we just found out just recently that Houston, Texas is one of the top places in the United States for human sex trafficking. Why? Because they're not too far from the shore, okay, where people are being held in connexes and blah, blah, blah. Shan, why did you say all this heavy stuff? I said all this because we need to recognize that God has placed something in us, common sense and unction. To the single ladies, single women, single men, you need to be careful out here. My husband shared on the radio show similar situation right in Austin, Texas, where it was this guy, and he was down on 6th Street. For anybody know anything about Central Texas, 6th Street is where they go clubbing, partying, whatever the case may be. This young lady approached him that was very beautiful, very sexy, whatever. She insinuated that she wanted to sleep with him, and so he thought he was going to go sleep with her. Good morning, Vendredies. He thought he was going to get the opportunity to go and sleep with her. Come to find out, when she led him out, because she had dropped something in his drink, somebody hit him over the head. He woke up on the side of the road, and he had been sodomized. Because this was a husband and a wife team. Listen how sick this is. This was a husband and a wife team. Hey, Anastasia, that the wife would bait these men, and the husband, I hate to say it like this, and I hope y'all not eating, but the husband would get joy. I'm going to say it like that, which ain't what I usually say. But the husband would get joy with having sex with men. So the wife would go and trap these men. This just happened not too long ago. I need us to get to the point to where we don't fall in love with people who pretend all the time. What does that look like, Shan? People who pretend. People who always like to be the center of attention. People who always like to appear that they got it going on. These are our pretenders out here, okay? We need to use that gift that God has given us to have our eyes wide open. A lot of these young kids are saying stay woke. They're saying stay woke for a whole different reason. But I don't give a darn what your ethnicity is. When I say this, I mean stay woke. God has given us that common sense. If it don't feel right, don't do it. You know, you got people, and you know, like I said, I talk about what goes on in the church and what outside the church, because baby, y'all would be surprised in the things that y'all trust, quote unquote, and I'm not bashing, it's not what it seems to be. You are mirroring your life, you mirroring your marriage, you mirroring your family after things that are not real. You see how in your mirror, when y'all driving on this morning, perfectly, y'all ain't driving and listening. If y'all are, y'all hands free. Discernment, Anastasia, you right. What does it say? Objects in this mirror are closer than they may seem closer than they appear, or something like that. That's what used to be written on the mirror. You need to fall back as an individual and start being like, okay, let me check this out. Let me tell you. you this. God is good and God can do anything. I believe that wholeheartedly in my mind and my being and my fiber, everything that is within me. But when you have something that appears to be too good and too true, baby, you better go on ahead, like we say, the military, do a about face and move out. You hear me? Hey, Shirley, good morning, and move out. We are starting to, as a people, fall in love with the fakery, the fake facade that we see in front of us. Don't get me wrong. You got people who are like in marriages. They're doing a good job. They're working on them, whatever the case may be. I'm not saying have somebody that will be a good example for you that God has placed in front of you for you to mirror after. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is we need to wake up. We need to go before God. We need to pray and ask God to remove the scales from my eyes. I don't mind sitting down with young ladies. I don't usually sit down with men or whatever. The one who sit down with men are my husband. But when I sit down with young ladies, you sitting up here crying because you done opened up your whole self to some man that you barely knew. You moved too fast. You didn't even do, baby, you will do a background check on everything else except for when it comes to your heart. You opened up your heart and other body parts. I'm going to keep it G-rated on this morning because you talking about his love, but you don't even really know this individual. You don't take the time, and more often you do not seek God. Okay, this is what I'm saying. And I'm gonna give an example. I know this is inspirational radio. Like I said, with me and my husband, what you see is what you get, baby. We'll have a whole grown conversation. We're not faking, we're not foolery, because this is the thing. Don't it get tiring when you sit up here and you put on this facade like you not broke? Don't it get tiring when you sitting up here buying these things that you ain't got no business buying because you know doggone good and well your electric bill is due in 2 days? See, when you take off all that extra excess baggage that God didn't even put on you for you to carry, he didn't put on you for you to bear that. When you take off all that and you start living your life, you living who God created for you to be, then that's when doors open up. I'm telling you, I used to pretend with the baby daddy. I used to pretend like I wasn't broke. Baby, I used to pretend I could be everything he need when God said, that ain't what you want. That ain't what you want. And you know, and I say this from time to time, at least once a year. Y'all know doggone good well, y'all listen to me, how you sit up and you like, whoo, Father, I thank you. Glory, God, that you ain't got me with that joker no more. God, I thank you. You speaking in tongues and everything, running around your house because God saved you from a mistake that you was about to make. But you have to seek God in order for him to save you. I need us to be aware. I need us to get to the point that we're no longer faking, because baby, let me tell you what I know. When you stop faking, when you start running after the things of God, when you say, God, let me be who you created for me to be, I'm telling you, people will start attaching themselves to you, godly connections. You see what I'm saying? Not leeches. Some of y'all out here, good morning, Lisa, you complaining about the leeches on this morning. You tired of people leeching off of you. They always want something for you and everything like that. Well, what are you pretending to be? What is it that they pretending to leech to? 9 times out of 10, you pretending to be something that you're not, and they want some of what you got. You see what I'm saying? And they do this as well when you operating and you moving in the gift of God. But see, let me tell you what I know about God. When you sitting up here and you are mature in God and that discernment is in you and you saying, okay, God, order my steps. Don't let me move to the left or to the right without you, Lord God. Let me tell you what I know. You will be able to recognize, that's a leech. Nope. When they try to leech themselves, baby, you batting at it every turn. When they trying to use you, you batting at it every turn. So I encourage you, if you are right now in your singleness, baby, I encourage you to get to a place within yourself where you do not move without God, because I don't know how many of y'all really recognize that the devil is not playing. Okay. Some of y'all might say, well, Shan, I don't believe in devil and I don't believe in God. Okay. You do what you do, but I'm telling you, the devil is busy and he is not playing. And we can't be sitting up here affording to just allow ourselves, well, you know, the devil got me. The devil busy. No, the devil is alive from the pits of hell. You hear me? Ain't nobody got time for that. So if we want to have the truth that God has for us, we need to quit attaching ourselves to people who pretend. Some people set up, and I don't even have to bash people. They say, well, Shan, this and this and this is going on. I notice you ain't over here and this and this and this. Well, Well, God bless their heart. That ain't what God got for me. That's what I say. But in my mind, I'm thinking, baby, if you only knew, that ain't. Now, maybe God got you around that joker to teach your tail a lesson, but that is a serpent. That is a wolf in sheep's clothing, honey. That's what, see, God won't allow you sometime when he show you things to share it with other people. Now, see, God allows me, hey, Donna, he allows me to share it with my husband because me and my husband is one, because my husband already know when I get that unction, ladies, you know, we got it natural. When you know something ain't right with your man, and I'm telling you, it comes up your spine from your tailbone all the way slapping you in the back of your head. It just, you just sit up here like, we already got it natural, baby. So I need us to utilize that in other areas. So I tell my husband, he be like, baby, you looking kind of funny. He be like, such and such and such. I be like, I ain't even got to say nothing. We already have it inside of us. Quit running after. And I need you, if you've been running after stuff, especially if it's stuff that's pulling you from the will of God, you running with this man who ain't producing nothing. He ain't about nothing. He leeching off of you. But you talking about, oh, I'm in love. Oh, you don't understand. This is my bae and my boo thing. No, baby, you pretended. I can see it on social media. You got people, you out here, oh, God done blessed me with a new car. God done blessed me with a new truck. Okay, that's good. I ain't mad at you. And I ain't, I ain't messing on your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we are to give glory to God. But there's a lot of people out there that's pretending and faking, baby. That's what you're doing. Now, you can't call it a blessing from God if you can't afford to pay for it. Hello, somebody. Some ushers gone to the back, get the offering plates, and let's get ready to collect this offering. You heard me? You cannot call it a blessing from God if if it's causing you to be negative in any area of your life, your 5 areas of ministry, like me and my husband used to preach over the pulpit, baby, I'm telling you, that is not of God. It can't. Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, you get married. You go through your ups and downs. That's a whole nother situation. But at every turn, you talking about this man. Let me give an example. Oh, this man is a blessing from God. This is my bae. This is my boo thing. We going on vacation. Yeah, you going on vacation, but you struggling and you got a whole bill to pay. You in debt just to do it. You're sitting up here lying to people on social media. My bae got me out to dinner, but you paying for it. Okay, somebody, don't be talking about and rising up your bae when you doing all the work, okay? Same thing with the men. Oh, look at her. She got a banging body. And oh, see, you falling in love with the wrong things. You falling in love with the pretender. You falling in love with the mask that is on the individual's face. You know what I'm saying? You falling in love with the exterior when you're not even getting to the root of who that individual is. You walk, oh, don't my baby look sexy in her wedding gown? Yes, she looks sexy, but who is she? Do you know her favorite color? Do you know her name? What her credit score look like? Do she got any STD history? See, for those of us in the medical field, baby, we're going to ask them real hard questions. I'm going to ask them, when the last time you done had your dental checkup, baby? What your blood pressure looking like? Because, see, we in the age right now. Come on, Natasha. Natasha's a nurse. Both of my friends, Natasha's are nurses. We in the age right now, baby. If you in your 40s, you're 45, 50, 60, 65 years old, you need to be asking these health questions, because this joker may be with you because they done got a terminal illness report and they want you to take care of them. You need to see they ain't loving you. They don't want you. They got an ulterior motive. So what pretend are you falling in love with? What pretend are you not doing a Matthew 6:33 and seeking God first about this individual? Who is it in your church that you mirroring after of and this and that and the other, and they pretending? Because see, this is what, like I said, what I know about pretenders, you always got to be seen. You always got to be the loudest one out there. You always got to be the center of attention. You always got to be the most shiniest nickel in the coins. You see what I'm saying? Always got to be up front. Oh, this is the one at church, baby. They got to come in, and you know the rules. We know the rules who grew up in church. What was the rules? You wasn't gonna be walking doing prayer, baby. That will get you tripped, and girl, you get karate chopped in the throat. Hey, Rodney, how you doing? And you wasn't gonna be walking while the pastor's preaching. You need to sit down and while altar call was going on. Those was the 3 things in the Baptist church when I grew up, baby. It would get your whole life snatched. I gotta go to the bathroom. You better hold it until the pastor say amen. You better hold. You don't walk. You stop in your tracks when the prayer was going forward. Now you go to church, how many people is up and down and they got to walk all the way to the front so people can see their outfit? If you don't sit your disrespectful tail down, the word of God is going forth. Okay? So some of y'all know what I'm talking about because you was raised in the church, and it still need to be applied to this day. Sit your tail down somewhere and give God some honor and some reverence in the house today, somebody. So anywho, I done said a whole mouthful on the day. If you ain't got nothing about none of my video, you can start over at the beginning. Quit being so quick to fall in love with people who pretend. You falling in love, you all on I'm learning about these little sites. You know, I don't know. I met my baby 21 years ago before we even had email and all this other kind of stuff good enough. So you meet people on the Plenty of Fish. You meet them on Black People Meet, farmersonly.com, all this other kind of stuff. You falling in love with a picture that's got a filter on it, baby. But when you see the person in person, you sit up here like, oh, Lord, you terrified. You sit up here talking about, well, let me look. Girl, go check him out. If he don't look good, let me turn around. No, baby, you doing too much. Girl, he's sexy. You done told the whole office about this joker and you ain't even met him. Or you ain't even met her. You're falling in love with the pretend. And let me tell you this. If you a pretender, get your life right with God. The only one that I ever known who pretend in the Bible from Genesis all the way to Revelations was the enemy. Okay? A straight pretender, a clone of God. Get your life right. Quit pretending because it's tiring and it costs a lot of money and physical energy and emotions or whatever the case may be, and get before God and be who God desires for you to be. If you marry somebody who was a pretender, baby, I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you. That's all I can say. And you better pray to God that you get to see the real person and you able to live with the real person, okay? That's why a lot of marriages is ending in divorce, because your tail was so quick about getting that sex. Come on, somebody. Laying down, oh, his body, oh, it's washboard. Oh, he got six-pack and all this other kind of stuff. Oh, look at her. She 34, 20, what is it, 36, 24, 36, baby. She got a banging body. You telling all your homeboys about it and everything like that. You can't wait to sleep with this joker. But you don't even know who you are allowing to enter in your body and who you entering in, because you're falling in love with the pretender. You falling in love with the outside. So your girl Shan ain't gonna be online on Monday. I am not, because if they observing the veterans, I am a veteran. I'm gonna be observed too. But I'll be back on Tuesday. Shout out from Marriage Mondays with the Kings to all our veterans who served our country. Thank you to all the family members who supported, all the active duty. Thank y'all from the bottom of our heart, because we know what it's like, because we both served. So like I say, veteran strong. If you would like to purchase your own shirt where it's breaking the chains, I love this shirt. This shirt is everything to my life. Where it's breaking the chains, inbox us, let us know. We'll get the information to you. But thank you for serving our country, for your sacrifice. People they won't understand unless they done serve themselves. Y'all have a blessed day. Don't let anybody steal your joy. Thank you for sharing, but share this because it's free. Okay? And your girl Shannon be back with y'all on Tuesday. Love on your honey and be with your honey and be with your family and get out in our community. All right? And y'all have a blessed day. Blessings to you.